So hi guys, welcome to the second session of this presentation. I would need this conversation to be more of a like like we can have more discussions around so that all of us can engage around it and we can have a good learning experience out of it. Okay, so said about this, uh, I'll just present my screen. Are you guys able to uh, see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So, guys, in our previous lecture, we have just seen across what is generative AI, what is prompt engineering. Okay, and today we are going to start off with the basics of LLM. Okay, so anybody can name me any LLM models that you know across today, or you are using any LLM models into your day-to-day life? Can anyone tell me about it? Hello.
I think we all use ChatGPT.
Yes, ChatGPT is one of the LLM model. Okay.
Yeah,
Apart from that, do you guys know any other model which is being offered by Google, Meta, and any other companies?
I think we got Gemini as well, which is another one offered by the
Which
Google, I believe.
which
Gemini?
one?
Gemini?
Gemini. Perfect. Yeah, that's from Google. Perfect. Yeah. So, guys, today we are going to learn the basics of prompts. Okay, what are the different sorts of prompts? How do we write a simple prompt? And what is the difference between each of those prompt techniques? Okay, so first thing I want to show you across is a platform known as Google AI Studio. Okay, so anybody have of you have used this before?
Not me.
Okay, anybody else? They have used this tool?
no, not it. No, it.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so this tool is basically the Google's prompt engineering tool, where you can write your prompt, you can test your prompt, and you can also get your first line of code as well. Okay. Now, on the left side, you can see there are an option. Sorry, somebody saying something. Ankush, can you mute everyone who is not speaking?
Arijit, you are actually the host, so you only have to mute it.
Okay, I'll do that. So, guys, whosoever is not speaking, please be on mute. Yeah, so guys, first thing, whatever you see across in this platform is it gives you an option of creating of a new prompt. Okay, now this is the first thing when you land on to this particular tool. Okay, and then you can have a simple typing of your questions here, with which it gives you an answer, and that is something the prompting is called about. And on the right side you can see that it has an option of selecting the model. It has the token counts as well. I'll explain you what this token count means and what is the meaning of this temperature and the other parameters that are given across here. Okay, so I'll first dig deep into this platform, and this platform is freely available. Anybody can log in into it. I'll give you the login link as well so that you can start using it across for your day-to-day activities as well. Uh, I think somebody is again.
Arijit, you can simply mute whoever you feel is there's a disturbance at whoever's end.
Okay. So guys, are you able to see this screen of mine, like Google AI Studio?
Yeah, we can.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. So this is the first landing page. Whenever you land onto this tool and this platform, you are able to see these things. Okay. Now, on the left side, you have an option to create of your new prompts. Okay. Then you get an option to tune off those prompts as well. This is something we will learn over the period of our course. Then you get your prompts, whichever you have created across. Those prompts will be available in your library. Then there are some pre-built prompts as well, which is coming under the prompt gallery here. Now, in the prompt gallery, what they give you is some of your starter prompts, which you can use directly here, and then you can consume it across in your prompting techniques. Now, when we go into any prompt, on the left side, you can see there are an option of selecting the models as well. Now, rightly said, Google has a platform. Google has the LLM models, which are known as Gemini, and another family of Google's LLM models are Gamma. Okay. Now, Gamma is a like a light-based LLM model that gives you a functionality to host on your local devices as well, whereas Gemini is a very higher end consumption or a GPU based model which takes larger space onto your GPU. Okay. Now, in this model, when we talk of Gemini, okay, Gemini has two variants. One is Pro, another one is Flash. Okay. Now, guys, can you just see it out here? Like when I have selected a Flash model, it is having a like 1,000 token size or 1 million token sizes. Okay. Now, when I shift it to like a Pro model, it is having a 2 million size. Okay. Now, now in this thing, you can see across here is like in the tokens. So from one model to another, it has a token count, and those token counts can vary from model to model. Now, these are something that you will take care over a period of time, how you want to use your models, what are the ways that we can use our model. All of that depends upon the text input that you want to give it to this model. Okay. So this is the first thing. And then there are a couple of parameters of the prompts that is called as temperature. And Another one is known as safety settings. That means what sort of data you want to give it out. Okay. Sometimes if there are biased data, or there is something which is not a good content and you don't want to give that as an output, that will be handled out here. Okay. And apart from that, we have an output token length and the top p parameters. Okay. Now we will experiment all these parameters in just a while. First, we will just begin with a simple task, that is how to write a simple prompt. Any question so far? I'm happy to answer it out. Or should we move to the next section? Any question, guys?
You said, like, will you explain the parameters, like, their
Yeah,
significant, I
yeah.
mean, the
I'll,
meaning?
I'll, I'll explain you everything in brief, with an experimentation and with examples. Okay.
Okay, okay. Then it's okay.
Sorry,
Uh,
one
yeah,
question. Sorry, Ajit.
yeah, please go ahead.
The purpose of these tokens that we got, so the token count. So is there, for example, on the higher level, for example, if somebody's using in their organization, is that as a cost factor as well? Is that where they count the cost factor as well?
Perfect. Yes, that counts for the cost factor. Like every company charges you for the amount of token you are sending it to its model. Okay.
I see. I see.
Okay. And those charging will be different for different models. Okay.
Okay,
And
thank you.
this token count is something that is what you can give as an input into your prompt at the first go. Okay. That means this many tokens it can handle it out at one time. Okay. And another thing that you should always take care is what is the output length of the token. Okay. Sometimes you are giving it a 2 million tokens and you are expecting that you are also getting a 2 million tokens. That's not possible in today's any of the LLM models available, be it ChatGPT, be it any meta models, or be it any open source models that you are expecting it out. Okay. Now what we have to take care is what sort of outputs we are expecting out of our results. Okay. And the maximum token size it can have as an output is 8192. Okay. Now with GPT 4.0, this length has increased a certain bit to around 16k tokens at a max as an output, but that is still improving, and the amount of handling time will always improve of. Okay.
Thank you.
रुक जा Hi Arijit, guys, can you hear?
Hey, sorry guys, I think I missed you guys.
Okay, okay. You can go, I think, 2-3 minutes back.
Okay.
Right.
So
And
guys, yeah. So guys, I want. Were you able to understand this question of tokens, Navdeep?
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay. And did you understand the output concept as well?
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So guys, any volunteer who would like me to ask any sort of a question to the LLM today? Any volunteer, any question you would like me to ask it? Yeah, think of any scenario that you are doing today in your day-to-day work, and let's ask that as a question to this model. Any volunteers? Uh, Navdeep, would you like to ask anything to the LLM model?
Yeah, certainly we can ask a question. So it could be any
Yes.
question really.
Yeah, any question, whatever comes to your mind at the first thing that you would like to ask, we can ask it. Just tell me anything. Okay, let me ask it a question.
Okay, then go on. Sorry.
And what do you tell me about RPA? So most of us are RPA developers. Let's ask it a question about RPA.
Arijit, I think you are sharing a wrong screen. Like we are seeing the paint version.
Oh, sorry guys. I think I'm sharing a wrong one. Okay, let me share the complete. Sorry. Uh, Sorry about that. Yeah. I'll just ask it. I just asked a question. Can you tell me about RPA? Okay. And this is the all features, understanding details it has given to me in just one second of response. Okay. Now, Naveed, let's ask your question. Whatever you would like me to ask next about it. Any question that comes to your mind.
What are the best scenarios we can utilize the AI in RPA field?
Okay, perfect.
So we
Yes.
expect some like
Use
use
cases.
cases. Yeah, perfect.
Okay. So let's see what it has given us. Okay. So we gave it an example. We asked it a question: what are the best scenarios we can use AI in RPA field? Okay. Now, what example it has given out. IDP, that is first thing, smart automation workflow. It has understand what sort of problem statement comes towards and what is the output here. Okay. Then enhanced decision making, chatbot integration, predictive maintenance, uh, process discovery and mining, and sentiment analysis, as well as exception handling. So can you just see, we have just asked a simple question, okay, and it is able to give the answer with a very detailed amount of explanation to it. Okay. Why this is happening? Because it has a billion parameters that it has been trained on. Okay. And we are asking the questions out of those billion parameters, and it is able to give you the right sort of results as well. Okay. Now this is what a prompting basically starts with. Okay. So whatever we have typed here, okay, what are the best scenarios we can use the AI in RPA field? This is known as a prompt. Okay. Now we will see, if I increase the temperature or if I decrease the token size. Let's decrease the token size. Let's say token size should be, output token size should be 100 words only. Okay. And now I will ask the same question again to it. You will see that there will be a difference in the response. Now the output token size will not go beyond 100 words. Are you able to see the difference now? We have just changed it to 100, and it has just given us a response in 100 words only. Okay. Now let's ask it a follow-up question. uh, uh, would anybody like to ask a follow-up question to this scenario of AI that we have just asked it? Any thought, anything you would like me to ask again?
I have one doubt, Arijit.
Yes,
In
yes,
this, when we decrease the output tokens length to 100,
yeah.
like did it abruptly stop it? I mean, stop in
Yes,
the middle of billing,
it
right?
has abruptly stopped out. Okay, but that is something you will have to handle as a prompt engineer. Okay, so you will have to give it a some set of instructions that I will give you as a next example here. Okay, so that is a way you will control these prompts also, and you will control the responses here.
Okay, okay, okay,
Okay,
understood.
yeah. Uh, any follow-up question, guys, you would like me to ask out here? Okay. Uh, guys,
Yeah.
can we be more talkative so that we can understand both ways? Yeah, please.
Can
Somebody. Yeah.
can we yeah, next question we can ask is from the same prompt, the next parameter obviously we can send is can we extract the tabular data from the web pages, let's say, using AI? Sorry, it's a bit
Okay.
vague question, guys, but it
Yeah,
is
yeah,
one.
yeah. That's perfect. Like we are just understanding the basics today. Okay. So
Mm.
that's the right way to go forward. Can we extract it
Web pages,
from
web
web page?
pages.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
So it's a
Let
continuity of this prompt, you know.
correct. Yeah. Okay. So yes, we you can extract tabular data from web pages. There are several ways to do random from copy paste into sophisticated techniques using programming and specialized tools. Okay, manual copy and paste. Select the table, copy it, and this is some just a simple first sort of response that has given out. Okay, now let's give it another way around as well. Okay, uh, can we extract tabular data from web pages using AI? Okay. Now I have just added a one word using AI. Okay. Let's see how it is giving us an example there. See, now you see there is a difference what it was giving earlier and what it is giving us now. It has moved into a computer vision and deep learning. Okay, like computer vision is something you are already using in your UI path as well. Just in case if there are images for extraction of your data, you are using computer visions. Okay, and earlier when I did not use that AI, okay, it was giving me a vague response. It was just saying you can do copy pasting manually and from it. Okay, so what do you understand from both these scenarios? When I added the AI and without adding the AI, what do you feel? What was the major difference it took?
It moved towards more specific case.
Perfect. Yes. That is something you as a prompt engineers have to handle it out. Okay. So you should be understanding what is the exact need of your scenario so that you can instruct it to do only those things that is needed for your set of examples. Okay. So here comes your prompt engineering techniques that we are going to discuss now. Okay. Any questions so far, guys? Any questions, guys?
So it's basically whatever the input you are giving, it will produce the output on the base of the input. And if you vary it a little bit, like you did vary, we just put AI in there. So it's changed the results, the change the answers. So is that the normal behavior of the LLMs? Like you change the input, it will change the output accordingly.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Naveen. So this is something very critical. If you change your input text slightly, every the response will also change a lot. Okay, so that is something you should be clear about whenever you are giving the set of instructions to it. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah. So, guys, there are basically three basic types of prompts that we do today. Okay. There is a zero shot prompting, there is a few shot prompting, there is a chain of thoughts prompting. Okay. Now we will dig deep into each of those promptings techniques now. Okay. And I'll walk you through with each of these techniques with an example, like what it means is zero shot prompting, what means few, and chain of thoughts prompting. Okay. Now let's say a zero shot prompting. Okay. Now in the zero shot prompting, we are not giving it any set of instructions. We are just giving it an instruction, but we are not giving any set of examples. Okay. So it is learning from the knowledge base. It has been trained on. Just now, I have shown you an example of an RPA. Okay. We have just asked it a simple thing. Okay. But we have not given it a set of instructions to this prompt. Okay, but it was still able to answer it out. Okay. Now what this helps you out is, supposingly you want to do a summarization of your data. Okay. You can just do the summarization of it. Okay. You want to translate your use those prompting as a translation phenomena. So you can just ask it, give it a set of instructions, it will just translate it to Spanish, French, whichever language you want it to. Okay. And then the question and answering prompts also comes in. So you ask it a certain question, it gives you a certain set of answers. Okay. Then there is a more use in the creative writing space today. So all the content writers are starting to use the prompt for some or the other sort of their work today. Okay. So that is where zero shot prompting comes into picture. Okay. You just give it a set of instructions, and then you ask it that do this thing, but you will not give any sort of an example to those prompts. Okay. Now I'll just go into the studio again, and I'll ask it a simple questions again, and this time we will create a different sort of a prompt. Okay. This is known as zero short prompts. Now let's give it an instruction now. Okay. Your task is to understand the sentiment of the uh, question and give output, just uh, give output in the following format: positive, negative, and neutral. Do not generate any other text apart from it, and I want only single word response. Okay. Now this is something we have just given it a set of instructions to the prompt. Okay. And now what we are going to do is we are going to give it an example. And we remember, in this example, I have not given any sort of a example to it, and I have not given any set of like a certain variation or certain output that I want. I have not given anything to it as of now. Okay. And you can see the even your system instructions are also taken up as a set of token for the prompt. So it has, we have written 43 tokens as of now in the system instructions. Okay. Now let's say I am happy that India won the T20 World Cup. Okay. Let's say I just asked it a simple question, and let's see what sort of response it gives me. Are you able to see now? It has just given a positive response. Okay. Uh, so anybody would like to ask any question to it, and let's see what sort of exam result it gives. Bhuvan, Naveed. Hello.
Can we ask a question, or like it should be a statement or a
It should be a statement. It should be a statement. Anything that comes to your mind.
Uh, we can ask the question, for example, the app of any, let's say any bank or anything really.
let's give it a statement, not give ask it a question, because
Yeah,
the
yeah. So no, I'm just like to explain it to you. So so what we'd say, I think what we can ask is, uh, I am very happy
I'm very happy with.
with your customer service, but there are flaws in your products. There are flaws in your product. So it's a kind of like positive negative. So let's see what he says.
Yes, please. Okay. This is it that we want to ask, right?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what exam result it gives us. Okay. So you have given it a happy thing, you have given it a negative thing, and it has given it a neutral response. Okay.
Okay.
Now, do you see that what is the difference between the first prompt that we did and this prompting that we are doing? Any difference do you have seen so far?
I think the first one is a quite straightforward statement. But the second one is we give in with example. Is that what we say? I don't know.
No, no. Let me go to the first prompt. Okay.
Hmm.
In this prompt, we were just asking a question. Okay. And it was giving us an exact answer to it. Okay. But we did not give any system instructions to it. Do you see? We have not given
Yeah.
any system instruction. So that means it is generating all the answers of what it is learning out. That is the result it is giving out to you. Okay. So now when we have given a set of instructions, okay, and we have given it a clear instruction that I want a single word as the response. So that is where your response comes out. And you can see that it has given only three words. It is giving only those results that you have instructed it to give. That means positive, negative, or neutral. Okay, and it is not going beyond that. That means this has become your sentiment analysis prompt. Okay, so guys, tell me, if you will have to do this sort of a thing, okay, how much time will you take in your RPA world or any other thing, that if you would like to do the similar things, what is the amount of time you will take to develop this thing out? Any idea? You can say any rough estimation or time you will take to create of the similar thing.
So you're saying the entire Google AI Studio?
No, no, no. I'm just saying, if you have to create a sentiment analysis solution, okay, how much time will you take to create out that?
1 hour maybe.
I think I'll take. Okay. I think I will take about 2 to 3 days, but that will be still a limited one. It won't cover everything.
Perfect. Yes. And with the LLM, how much time it has taken up for you? Just 3 to 4 minutes. Okay. And we have just given it a set of instructions, and we have given it a clear set of instructions. Okay. And what 2 to 3 days you are saying, you will also try to give it an examples to your model, whichever you are going to train out. Okay. Even if you're consuming the pre-built models, you have to create out a code to create out that. Okay. And all of that takes some amount of your effort. Okay. And that is where these LLMs makes your life easy for you. Okay. These LLMs gives you an option that you can create all those things with a very quick ideas, and you can use these prompts as a decision making for your LLM journeys. Okay. So let's say you are doing an end-to-end automation, and you want that at one point of time I want to take a decision that whether I have to take a flow A, whether I have to take a flow B. Okay. RPA in itself does not have that decision making capabilities. Okay. If you go with AI center, it takes you a lot of time to train those things out and then come to the right sort of results. But if you use these prompts, This is very quick. This gives you the and gives you the you just give it the set of instruction, you try to test it in this solution, and then you can create an endpoint request. And you can also use the Python scripts for this, or you can use a curl command or an API REST API request as well. That is available inside any RPA platform that you are using today. Okay, and this is a very basic utilization of these tools that is coming more and more frequent in the RPA world now. Okay, so are we clear on the zero shot prompting? Any doubts here, guys? I'm happy to answer it out. Any doubts on this, or should we move to the next section?
Arjit, just a question, sorry. I mean, zero prompt is fine for me, but just a little question, what you're
Yes.
mentioning here. So all the models which are available in these tools, let's say we talk about either UiPath or either Power Automate. So we have got AI centers there where we have got models and we have to train them, which obviously if they're not non-trained models, we have to train them on what we are trying to achieve. And once they are obviously on a certain level of confidence level, then obviously we can, move towards the testing or live or start putting to the live. How those models are different to these LLMs? I mean, how you compare in that both? Obviously, this is looking more intelligent than those ones, but are there like a difference between what is being provided already in these tools, the RPA tools, the automation tools, and as compared to this one?
Yes, there is a lot of difference, Naveen. Thanks, you have asked the right question here. Now, the thing is, when you talk of those AI center based models, okay, I'll just talk about of the UI part today. Okay.
Uh, Arijit, I think your voice again broke. Are you able to hear? Guys,
No,
are you able to hear me?
I think Arjit's voice is gone, I think.
Uh, okay. We'll just wait for a minute. Arijit, this is Ankush. Can you hear me? You are on mute, Arijit. Okay. Naveed, you are able to hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you, but obviously not Arjit now.
Okay, he has unmuted himself.
Sorry, guys, am I audible to you?
Yes, Arijit, you're audible now.
Okay, sorry about the disconnect. Uh, Naveed, are you able to hear me?
Yes, please. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. So Naveed, I was telling that in the AI center, the models which you are using, those are basically machine learning models that are deployed onto a cloud servers that you are consuming it today. Okay. But just in case, if you want to use it to your specific needs, you will have to give it a set of examples. For only behalf of that, it is able to learn, and only behalf of that, it is able to give you the output. And those output are also not 100% accurate till the time you give it a more learned and more clear data set to it. Okay, so there is an edge of these LLM models. That is why today's world we are shifting to these LLM models, and these LLM models are giving you all those capabilities, but with its own learning as well. And you can see here we are just giving it a right set of instructions. It is giving us a right set of output as well. So that is where LLM models have an upper edge to those tools of the machine learning specific models that are available as an open source for you. Okay. Hope that answers your question, Nandini.
It does, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So guys, I'll move on to the next section. Now, just a second. Okay. So guys, are you able to see my screen now? This PPT you are able to see? Okay.
Your name only.
Just a second. Yeah. Is it visible now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So we have covered the zero shot prompting. Now let's move into a few shot prompting. Now, guys, you have learned about the zero shot prompting. Anybody of you would like to take an example? What would few shot promptings be? Okay. Now, few shot prompting is basically where you give your LLMs a set of examples to learn from, and based on that, it is able to give you a response for it. Okay. Now, let's say we have seen a sentiment and analysis being developed. Okay. There we have used a zero shot prompting. We have not given it any set of examples, but still it was able to give us the responses. Okay. Now, sometimes it will be needed that you would like to you want that these LLMs should behave in a certain order and they should behave in a certain way that it should only give me those set of results that is needed from me. Okay. Now, sometimes your set of instructions are not able to do all the things for you. Okay. That is where you go with the few short prompting examples. Okay. Now, in the few short promptings, what the model does is it tends to learn from the instructions and then it tends to learn from the examples and based on that it is able to give you the result and output. Okay, now let's go quickly into that example and I'll show you how that is working out. So guys, are you able to see this studio, AI studio now?
Sarojit.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, now let's do a simple thing here. I want you to give me words that are toxic in nature from the given input and just give me those words only and do not generate anything other than that. Okay, now in this example we are going to check the toxicity of words in any statement. Okay, now this is something which is more often used in any platforms which we're seeing today on the social media platforms. All the social media platforms are using sort of a uh, manual or an automated way to see what are the toxic words that are being used in the world today or that users are putting as a comment on their platform. Okay, so what they do is they try to handle it beforehand and that is being like removed from those platforms as of now. Let's say a toxic example, let's give it a toxic example. I want to dog. Okay, and it should give us an example kill. And let's say I want to push that person to, to the door. Let's say the example is push. Okay, now let's say I'll give it another now I will test this out. Hit him hard. Okay, okay, see now, are you able to see this thing? it's able to learn from it. Okay, so this is a toxic word, and it was able to learn from those examples itself. Okay, now let's create another thing. So are you able to understand what is the difference between a few shot prompting and a zero shot prompting? Any question, guys? Hello, any question, guys?
So in the input, we are giving it an example. So we gave a system instruction, and then in the input, we are giving some example. Okay, this is how you should answer. And then we're testing at the end. So that is the difference between zero and the few shots.
Perfect. Yes.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Now let's create any other few shot prompt that you would like to test out this out for. Naveed, any example, any idea you think like I want to create this thing now from your work that you're doing day to day today?
Actually, someone asked a good question. I mean, in the chat they put here in the test examples. Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. We can do that. Is it Aditya? Aditya? Abhishek? Aditya? Hello?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Aditya, would you like to ask anything here? You are able to see my AI studio, right?
Yeah, I can. So my question was now in the test your prompt, if we give like I want to hit him hard and I want to push him out of the window, will the output give to hit and push?
Yes, let's test it out. Okay. Let's see what it gives us. See, it was able to identify that out as well.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that was the question.
Yeah. So guys, let's play with it. Any example you would like me to take it out? Let's create a few short prompting with your examples. Uh, Anybody would like to volunteer?
What if there is no negative word in the sentence? What will the output be?
Sure, we can test that as well. Okay. So let's say I am happy to watch movie. It identified that there was no toxic word in that sentence. Okay.
Okay, okay.
So
Hey
guys,
Aditya, Noor here.
yeah,
Sorry, I joined a little bit late. So I have a question
Mm,
here. So
yeah,
does these words find within the tenant or out of the tenant as well?
out of the tenant. What do you mean by that?
For example, if we search on Google, right?
Yeah.
If you want to search the same word on Google, does it pull up the record from Google too, or within the uh, organization itself? For example, if
Yeah.
you're working for X organization or Y organization.
Yeah. Perfect. So Noor, there is a difference between what you are asking. Okay. Now, let's
Okay,
say you are doing a simple Google search. Okay. You are typing your search words in the Google, and based on that, it is giving you results. Okay. Now, that is called as searching prompts. Okay.
correct.
Now, with Google, they are also giving you a capabilities that if you want this prompt to learn from your Google internet as well, you can do that. Okay, you just give it a set of
Uh,
instructions, and then it can also.
Arijit, sorry. I think there was your voice broke.
Okay, Noor, am I audible now? Am I better?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. So what I mean is, Google is AI Studio also gives you a capability where you can give your prompts the capability to learn from the search engine of the Google as well. Okay. That is something I'll show you in the coming lectures as well. Okay. Now, there is something you have also asked out it is it learning from its knowledge base, or if you want to train it on some company's data, right? That is
Yes.
something you also want. That is actually why we would like to use the LLMs for, okay? So that it only gives you the instructions and set of the data from your company's data, and it does not go beyond that, okay? And you would like it to restrict it to that sort of a solution only, right? So that is something known as a drag solutions, okay? What it means is it tends to learn from the knowledge base that you have given, and it does not go beyond and out of those context windows, okay? So that is where your LLMs can help you out as well, okay?
Okay.
So there are two different things. One is searching on the net, giving it a company's data, and then asking the prompt to do all those things. Okay, this Google AI Studio, I have selected this for this purpose only because it gives you the capability of your prompts to search from the net as well, and you can restrict it to your data set also. Okay,
So
that
do we need to install this AI Studio in our local machines, or we
these are
need to
not
run
the local machine. This is just a web browser application. You can just search Google AI Studio and you can get it out. And you just have to sign in with your Google account. Okay. Am I clear, Noor?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, perfect. So guys, any volunteer now? I just want let's create one example for it. Let's think of one scenario where we would like to use a few shot prompting. Anything, guys? Any examples that come to your mind that I want to use few shot prompting for that sort of an example or a use case? Anything, guys? Or you would like me to take an example? Ankush, are you there?
Yes, Arijit, I'm there.
Yeah. Any example you think like we can use the few shot prompting for? Any example?
No, I think you can take the example. You can take it.
Okay. Okay. This will be something more difficult. Okay, so let's create a translation app now. Okay, here in this translation app, what we want is that we should give it a simple text. It should understand that which language the user wants it to give an output, and based on that, it should give me the output for. Now let's say English to Spanish. Okay, so I am giving it an example. Convert hello to Spanish. Language translated as Spanish and output is equal to hola. Okay. So what did you guys understand what we are trying to do here? Guys, can anybody
Yeah,
speak?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
perfect. Okay. Yeah, let's give it another example. Let's ask it to convert it to French as well. Bonjour. Okay. Okay. Now, guys, anybody of you would give me any sentence that you would like to convert into any language of your choice. Guys, give me any sentence that you would like me to ask.
How are you in Japanese?
Japanese, right?
Yeah. Japaneese.
Okay. Now let's see it's able to understand or not. See, it converted, it understood that, and it has given us the output also. Okay. Now it has also created an additional sentences also for you. Okay. Now, how do you can restrict that is give a clear set of instruction to it. Only give me output in the desired format and learn from the examples. Do not generate anything other than that. Are you able to see the difference now? What I gave and what we are getting now. Earlier we were getting an additional text. After I've just added a single line here with a clear instruction, it has just restricted to the desired output only. Okay. Now let's. Sorry. Any doubt? Okay. So guys, any other language you would like to test now? Any other language?
German.
Okay. See, it's able to convert that out as well. So what I have given it, I've just given it a simple set of a language to learn from, simple set of output that I have given it out, and you can see it's already able to learn from that example and give us the output in the desired result. Okay, so just in case, guys, if you will have to create a translation app the similar way, how much time you will take it up? Hello. Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you have to create a similar set of thing, how much time will you take up?
But like
Yes.
here, because like I mean, just now I have searched in the internet. Like when I searched in the Google Translate only, I typed "How are you?" and I translated it to Japanese. It gave a different sentence
Okay.
in Google
Now,
Translate.
okay. Now in Japanese, that's a good observation as well. Okay. Now, is it giving different than this?
Yeah, because konnichiwa means hi in Japanese.
Okay. Perfect. Now, can you just give me that output here? I'll just give it as an input. What output it should have actually have.
Yeah, I'll paste it in
Yes.
the chat.
Yeah, please do that. Bhuvan, was it you?
Yes, Archit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you can see it has learned from it. Okay.
Uh,
Is this the exactly the desired result, right?
yes, yes.
Okay. Now let's change it to a different one. You said hello. What was coming earlier
Hi,
was
hi, hi.
okay. Is this correct or it's a different thing?
Yeah, it's the previous one where, I mean, when we typed, I mean, how are you? It gave this one. Yeah.
Perfect. So that means like you also know Japanese.
Yeah, I'm learning.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, so guys, you can see here like this is a typical example. Like it was giving us a wrong result, but when we gave it a example, it started to learn and it started to give you a right sort of responses as well. So this is where your actual prompt engineering technique will come into place. Okay, so you guys have to understand how you can. First thing for any prompt engineering solution, just understand what you are actually wanting it to do. Okay, what you want as an output from it. Okay, then identify what should be the examples for it. Okay, then identify what should be the prompt that you should give in here so that it gives you the right sort of results. Okay, so this is the way that your prompt engineering technique works, and today we have just covered out two basic techniques. One is called as few shot prompting, another one is zero shot prompting, and we have seen the basics of prompts as well, and that is where I will start from tomorrow the more advanced prompting techniques as well. Okay, so any questions from today's session, I'm happy to answer it out. Anybody who would like to ask anything, I am happy to answer those things up. Naveed, uh, Bhuvan, Abhishek, anybody you would like to ask anything?
I just have a general question, like, is the training is going to be on Google AI or other as well?
Uh, I would say we'll start with Google AI. I'll start from the basic. I'll give you an advanced functionality and we'll write some Python scriptings for it. And then we will see how it is easy for you to use any other tools as well. Okay.
Okay. And will you give any study material, any sort of things?
Yeah. I'll give that as well. When we will move into the coding section, I'll give you a collabs which you can use and you can try to learn from it. Okay.
Just a quick question, Ajit, again. Again, general question. It might get covered in the coming topics.
Yeah.
But when we say, okay, we are giving a prompt and then we're giving some example, like we had example of short prompting, and we say the model is learning on its own. So what is that learning process in the background? Obviously, we do not want to go into the too much detail, but just like one or two lines, just to understand how the model is learning. I know it's probably is all programming and everything is going in the background and it's getting trained on, but I mean, how that is all working, or is that just the techniques behind the scenes, which are either machine learning or other whatever techniques has been applied, those are making it to learn these words.
Yes. So Naveed, there is a like when this LLM world started off. Okay, this world started off with a transformer model. Okay, sure, Noor, you can drop off. Okay. So it started off with a model called as transformer models. Okay, that is the backbone after which LLM started to came into picture. Okay, and those transformer models were basically being developed by Google itself. Okay, now what is that you are seeing today here is advanced versions of those transformer models. Okay,
Right.
GPT is an advanced version of that transformer model. Gemini is more advanced version of that transformer models. Any example you give it to it, okay, it tends to learn from it, create out a weights are basically the like a machine learning model, mathematical understanding that it tends to learn from. Okay, whatever you are giving it as an input, that goes into the transformer learning. It tends to learn from it, and then it starts to give it as an example for you. Okay, so basically at the back end, it's basically a machine learning techniques that are being used, but there are some other ways that you can also fine tune these models using the uh, prompting itself only. That is
Right.
something we'll cover over the period of time.
Right. Okay. No worries. Thank you.
Yeah.
One more question, because when you are saying like you will share the Google Colab links, right? So are you going to code something in Python or some other language also?
Python. Basically, we'll focus on Python. Uh, but if you would like to learn any other language, you are open for that, because
No, no,
this
no.
is the basic.
What do you do with the Python?
Sorry.
Are you going to call these Google AI APIs or maybe Azure APIs using that?
Yes, perfect. Yes, that is what going to happen
Okay, okay, got it.
there. Okay. Yeah, and there are a couple of frameworks as well that I'll try to cover out here, so that if you guys are able to reach up to that level, that will be very good learning for you guys as well.
Like what frameworks is it?
Generative AI frameworks are there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So because we are also looking for the prompt engineering RPA, like how this course will progress into that part. How
Yes.
we will do it for the RPA. Yeah.
Yeah. So for the RPA world, I'll give an example how you can use the RPA into your these prompts into your RPA world. Okay. I will create of some demos which you will use, and you will see like this is the place where RPA can come into like prompt engineering and come into picture for an RPA developer. Okay. I will create of some like demos, and I'll show it to you. Okay.
Okay.
And
Hello.
I'll also, yes, please.
I have a query regarding the like a generative AI. So what? Suppose in a chat GPT, we give the same prompt, but it will give the response. It will give the different response, even though we have given the same prompt to the chat GPT. So will that happen there here?
What do you mean? See, that is called as hallucination. Okay. But the thing is, what you are giving into ChatGPT, what you are giving into LLM, that will be completely into model that might have a different responses. Okay. But this is your, as part of the prompt engineering role, that is your understanding and your role to fine tune it to the required and desired results. Okay. That is something you will learn over the period of this course.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else, guys? Any questions coming to your mind? We'll be happy to answer it. Abhishek, any question from you?
Also, one more question. Like this course is basically like on the basics of prompt engineering RPA, right?
Yeah.
What about the other things, right? Will you be also giving something on the advanced, or maybe just give a basics or advanced, like to if someone wants to move further uh, on the same field, what are
Yeah.
the
That
pathways?
is that is what I wanted to uh, leave you with this prompt engineering course. Okay, I'll make you learn the basics, I'll make you learn the integration with RPAs, and then I will leave you on the some basic concepts, advanced concepts of the prompt engineering and the generative AI world. Okay, from there it's up to you how you want to proceed it up. And if you would like to take an advanced course with me, and you find that this was interesting and you want to take some advanced courses, I can do that as well. Okay.
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 Yeah, Arijit, I don't have any questions, but just a small request because I think because I was going through the chat in the WhatsApp. So instead, I mean, along with Indian time, if you could give any US time also, that would be great because I actually joined late with some confusion. So
Okay.
just
So that is something we can communicate over the chat group as well, and Ankush will be able to take it with you. Okay, and then we can
okay,
adjust our
sure.
time zones accordingly.
Yeah, no, I'd like just along with 8 p.m. IST because I was getting confused. So maybe not just me, but maybe in case if anyone else would also join, it would
Yeah,
be
yeah,
great.
yeah, sure, sure, Abhishek. We'll adjust to that. That's very fine.
Yeah, no, same. What obviously is saying is, I think for us, one obviously, if we know like which days we are doing, like for example, so we can plan things around. So other which days we're running the course. Today, obviously, it's understandable. It's the first one, Ajit or Ankush. So, but if we can make it consistent, like we running like Saturday, Sunday, or whatever days, so we can, arrange things around as well. So that would be great help.
So,
Sure, Naveen.
Naveed, most probably we will, since I believe it is not a very lengthy course, right? So we probably might be having it only on Saturday, Sunday, first of all, right? We'll see. Right, we'll have it on Saturday, Sunday itself, and that too in the evenings of India timing, right, where it will be around 8 p.m. IST. So you can consider it, but with the people who enroll, we will ask the timings that are suitable to them, and only as per suitability, we will decide the final timing. But I believe 8 p.m. IST on weekends is suitable for everyone, right? Because I believe from the US timing point of view, 8 p.m. IST is suitable for you guys, right? And on Saturday, Sunday, eventually people don't have the work. So it is off for everyone. So everyone will join. So that is why we usually do it in the evenings of weekends,
Yep,
right? India
that's
timings.
fine.
That is according to India timings,
Yep,
right? So, but yes, as per means in probably in 2 3 days we'll come to know that who are the people who are interested, right? Who have paid. So accordingly, we'll judge that we can fix the timing. But most probably 80 90% it is usually the evenings of India timing.
no problem. That's absolutely fine. No, I mean, whatever, obviously, the majority comes with, not a problem at all. But it's just that we can, obviously, this week we understand, but from next week or whenever is possible for you. I know you're managing a lot of things.
Yeah,
Whenever is possible, we make it consistent, like either we're doing this course. Okay, guys, we're doing on Saturday and Sunday. This is the times. You know what I mean? So it's a bit clearer. So
sure,
whenever
sure.
it's possible, no rush on that.
Great, great. No
Thank
problem, Naveed. We will probably try to fix it at 8 p.m. IST on weekends,
No problem. That's fine.
right?
Uh, Apart from this, any course content recommendation you have, you can always come up and give us in the group, and we'll also take that as the feedback from you guys. Okay, and we'll also try to improve this course material so that uh, it's also aligning to your requirements also. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you, Rich.
Thank you, Naveed. And guys, as a today's backup and learnings from today, I would like you to use the same Google AI Studio and try to play with it. And tomorrow, when we connect, you can ask me any questions, any challenges that you find while developing it out, and I'll be happy to answer those up.
No problem.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys. Thanks a lot for joining the session today, and we'll continue from tomorrow.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
Guys,